Hey, what's going on guys, Fred's Tech Up here. So guys, this is the Tecno Spark 5 Pro and it is a major step up from the Spark 5 that I reviewed some months ago, which had just 2 gigs of RAM. I think with what this has to offer, I have to say that it is what the Spark 5 should have been from the very beginning. So the Tecno Spark 5 series has always been one of those entry-level devices to recommend to youngsters and first-time smartphone buyers or someone who wants something to use as a backup device. But the Tecno Spark 5 Pro here can do better than that. While it is still an entry-level device, I think it can do a little bit more, especially when you factor in its specifications on paper. One can actually use this as a daily driver. So the Tecno Spark 5 Pro comes with a decent upgrade from the standard Spark 5 with no huge jump in price. Coming in at just 58,000 Naira, and with that you get a manageable CPU, a decent amount of memory. With this type of specifications, it makes the standard Spark 5 looks obsolete. So first thing first, let's see what's inside the box. By the way, the design of the box is almost similar to that of the standard Spark 5. So when you open the box, you're greeted with a device wrapped in plastic that carries similar design as the box with some basic specification. Next is a 12 plus 1 month warranty card, a plastic silicone case which is always necessary for an early device protection before you get a decent case. Moving on, we have a 10 watts charger, a micro USB charging cable, the earpiece, a SIM ejector tool, and that's pretty much it inside the box. Okay, so when you lift up the device, the first thing you're going to notice is how lightweight it feels. It doesn't even feel like the device comes with a 5000 mAh battery. It feels compact and sturdy. The Tecno Spark 5 Pro is an interesting device, especially from the design perspective. It is of no difference with the standard Spark 5. The premium look will convince one that it is not an entry-level smartphone. I think it looks beautiful even though it is made entirely out of plastic. Depending on how you look at it, the Tecno Spark 5 Pro will be a worthy gift for anyone. It looks good and I feel like it will please anyone that considers a device in this price bracket. Okay, so on the right hand side of the device, we've got the power button and the volume rocker keys. The red accent on the power button is a nice touch. It is nothing special, but I think it looks cool. To the left, we've got a SIM tray that contains a slot for dual nano SIM and a micro SD card. At the bottom, we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, a micro USB charging port, and a speaker grill. At the back, we've got a quad camera setup with a quad flash. The camera at the back consists of a 16 megapixels main sensor, and that's a slight jump from the 13 megapixels on the standard Spark 5. A 2 megapixels macro lens, another 2 megapixels depth camera, and a QVGA camera for low light. We have a fingerprint scanner that is okay and reliable all the time. Still at the back of the device, we have the Spark and Tecno branding. Up front is a 6.6-inch HD Plus display with a punch hole. In the punch hole houses an 8 megapixel selfie camera. The display houses a resolution of 720 by 1600 with a pixels density of 266, which I feel is okay for a device at this range. It is sharp with good viewing angles and there is no noticeable pixelation unless you keep it side by side with a much better display. At this price bracket, I do not expect it to offer the best display on a smartphone, but it doesn't mean it cannot get better. Watching YouTube videos on it is decent, and for what it is, I think it is okay. As I said earlier, the major difference between the standard Spark 5 and the Pro is the CPU, the RAM size, and the storage capacity. It comes with 4 gigs of RAM, a MediaTek Helio P22 octa-core processor instead of Helio A22 from the standard Spark 5. A 128GB of internal storage, which I really appreciate, and a 5000 mAh battery, and what is running the show here is Android 10 with a custom skin from Tecno, which is iOS version 6.0. Performance is better, it handles basic tasks well, though the experience is not entirely smooth. There are some hiccups here and there, but it is far better than that of the standard Spark 5. One can actually game with it on low graphics settings, but do not expect too much from it while gaming. I guess no one will buy the Tecno Spark 5 or the Pro for the sake of playing heavy game titles. However, playing light games like Candy Crush and Subway Surfers and likes are very okay. On the battery department, nothing has changed here. The 5000 mAh battery gets the job done. It endures for a longer period of time before giving up the ghost. On basic use, it can last for a day and a half without worrying about recharging it. And when it's time to juice it up, it takes up to 3 hours plus to charge since it doesn't come with a fast charger. Having a fast charger would have helped cut down the charging speed to at least half, but I guess we move. About the camera, the Tecno Spark 5 Pro does a pretty decent job. It is not mind-blowing. For the price, the images are very okay. It is sharp with good details, and in some cases, high dynamic range is good. And color reproduction is also decent. Edge detection in portrait shot is also good, though not consistent, but it gets the job done. The 8 megapixel selfie shooter on the other hand is decent as well. But you know what, just go through them and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. It shoots video in 1080p resolution and I have to say it's manageable. The Tecno Spark 5 Pro is a decent and compelling device for the price, and I feel for what it offers, it is a nice bargain. At 58,000 naira, you get a device with a huge storage capacity, a decent amount of memory, and a 5000 mAh battery that can endure for days. For me, this is a go, and it is a major go. I highly recommend it even though it might not be suitable for everyone. But Tecno has something much better with better specs that can handle gaming efficiently. The Tecno Spark 5 Pro is still an entry-level device that is meant for handling basic tasks like phone calls, emailing, and web browsing, and sometimes some light gaming. So I will appreciate it if you treat it as such. That is it from me, guys. Share your thoughts with me down in the comment section below. Let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye bye.